Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in civic education, we are going to be looking at human trafficking. Okay? Our topic for today in civic education is on human trafficking. So are we ready for the lesson? So under today's lesson, we are going to be looking at definition of human trafficking, causes of human trafficking, effects and consequences of human trafficking, and lastly, government and individual efforts to stop human trafficking. Okay? So are we ready? First, we are going to be looking at definition of human trafficking. Human trafficking refers to the illegal trade of human beings, typically for forced labor or commercial sexual exploitation. It involves the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of individuals through force, coercion, and deception. Do you understand that? Human trafficking is when people are taken or tricked into doing work or other activities against their will. It is like a very serious form of unfair treatment, where individuals are forced to do things they do not want to do, or often involving jobs or actions that are harmful or dangerous. Okay? So human trafficking means some people are taken or tricked into doing things they don't want to do, like work or other activities. It's very unfair and they are working against to stop it, okay? Now we're going to be looking at causes of human trafficking. What are the causes of human trafficking? Human trafficking happens for various reasons. 1. Poverty. Economic disparities contribute to vulnerability. When people are very poor, they can be easily lured by promises of better opportunities. So poverty is one of the causes of human trafficking. Lack of education. Limited access to education increases susceptibility. Lack of education. If someone doesn't have access to education, they might be more vulnerable to exploitation. Do you understand? Political instability. Conflict zones often facilitate trafficking. Areas with war or instability can make people desperate, and traffickers take advantage of this. Gender inequality. Women and children are disproportionately affected. Gender inequality. Women and girls are often targeted due to unequal opportunities and discrimination. Corruption. Corrupt systems may enable traffickers to operate with impunity. In some places, corrupt systems enable traffickers to operate without consequences. So these are the causes of human trafficking: poverty, lack of education, political instability, gender inequality, corruption. Okay? Imagine a girl who lives in a poor area. She doesn't have chance to go to school and dreams to a better life. Someone promises her a job in the city. But when she gets there, it's not what she expected. So this is an example of how poverty and lack of education can make someone a target for human trafficking. Okay? Which is bad. Now we're going to be looking at effects and consequences of human trafficking. When human trafficking happens, it brings a lot of bad things. One, physical and emotional trauma. Victims endure abuse and suffer long-lasting psychological effects. People who are trafficked can feel very sad and scared after suffering from abuse, long suffering. 2. Loss of freedom. Trafficked individuals experience a deprivation of basic human rights. Do you understand? They lose their human rights. Spread of diseases. Trafficked individuals may face health risks due to unsanitary conditions. They might get sick because they have not been treated well or live in bad conditions. Impact on families. Families may be torn apart and communities affected by the loss of their members. Trafficking can separate families, making them very sad. So these are the effects and consequences of human trafficking. Physical and emotional trauma, loss of freedom, spread of diseases, the impact on families. So stopping human trafficking is important to keep these bad things from happening to people. Do you understand? Next, we're going to be looking at government and individual efforts to stop human trafficking. Governments and individuals work together to stop human trafficking. First, we're going to be looking at government efforts. Laws and punishments. Governments make strict rules against trafficking, and those who break these rules face serious consequences. So government enact and enforce laws against trafficking. International cooperation. Countries team up to fight trafficking across borders, sharing information and helping each other. Collaboration between countries to combat cross-border trafficking. Awareness campaigns. Governments spread the word to teach people about the dangers of trafficking and how to stay safe. Public campaigns to inform and educate communities about trafficking, the dangers of it, and how they can stay safe. Now let's look at individual efforts. Reporting suspicious activities. People can help by telling the police if they see anything strange or someone in trouble. Supporting NGOs. Individuals can donate to or volunteer with organizations that help victims and work to prevent trafficking. Being informed. Learning about human trafficking helps individuals understand how to protect themselves and others. Do you understand? Together, these efforts aim to stop human trafficking and protect those at risk. Okay? Do you understand that? Government and individual effort to stop human trafficking. Government makes strong rules against human trafficking, and if someone breaks them, they get in big trouble. Countries also team up to help each other stop human trafficking. People can help by telling the police if they see something wrong. There are groups that help victims, and anyone can give them money or time. Learning about trafficking is important to keep everyone safe. Do you understand? So today's lesson on human trafficking, we understood everything we looked at, right? We looked at the meaning of human trafficking. We now know the definition of human trafficking, right? Then we looked at causes of human trafficking, effects and consequences of human trafficking, and lastly, we looked at government and individual efforts to stop human trafficking. So everything we talked about today, we understood everything. Okay, that is great. So next we are going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we are going to be able to do our assignment, right? Okay, that is good.